Okay, so let's talk about exam 3. It's coming up real quick in a week. So exam 3, you got the review, right? So I want to kind of talk about things you need to pay attention to. For sure, you will have something like the first question that asks you to write them in decimal form and then add them up vertically. Make sure you show all the steps. This one a lot of students miss on the test, so make sure you try and practice it. You need to know how to write things in expander form and expander form in exponent. So expander form, you just like write down those place value number there, and then when it's decimal part, it would be like in the hundreds, thousands, or 10,000s, right? Expander form with exponents is not that bad, because like if you see 40, it means 10 to the 4th power. If you see in the hundreds, mean it's a negative 2 power for the 10, right? Okay, so you will have something like that. Why in words? This is another one a lot of people miss on the test, so make sure you know the place values. And if you have a hard time with that, I usually suggest them to write that in fraction first. 1, 2, 3, 5, and you have 6, 0, 7, 0, 9, and then this is how many zeros you're gonna have. 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the place value is 100,000s, right? 100,000s. So that's the trick I use for writing them in words. And then use base 10 block to add and subtract. Make sure you know how to do it. Very important, you need to let me know what you use to be a whole number, and then make sure your number line up with the picture. I didn't do a very good job here. And then make sure you show the exchange very clearly, and if it's a subtraction, you need to cross out and reduce it, right? Okay, so that's the base 10 block stuff. And number 6, you found a fraction. You found a decimal number between two numbers. Did I skip something? Okay, number 5 first. Number 5, probably I will more focusing on you need to be able to line up the decimal places and add zeros, and label them, which one is the least to the greatest or greatest to the least, depending on what the question asks. And then make sure you write the final answer. Some of you like skip that step, I don't know why, on the homework. Okay, but make sure you know how to convert decimal number to fractions. This is one of the skills you will need for the exam, because the next part asks you to change decimal to find a number between them, or like find a fractions between them, and how to round number, and make sure you know the correct places. And then also you need to know how to convert to scientific notation, and back from scientific notation to regular number. Okay, number 9 and 10, a lot of people lose a lot of points on that, so make sure you know how and why in words and steps. So this is both in words and steps. You definitely would have those on the test, so make sure you know how to do it for multiplication and also division. So they are important. So this one, changed decimal to fractions. Hopefully you did a lot, so you know how to do it. We just talked about divisibility rule. So a lot of time I may say, okay, this number is even, and you add up the digits, is divisible by 3, so it can be divided by what? Basically, even can be divisible by 2. Add up the digits, divisible by 3, so it's like 3, and then also 6. Or I will ask, like, create a 4 digits number that is divisible by 8 and explain how it works. So you need to be able to come up with examples and also explain it. So make sure you know those rules. The one that you probably need to remember is 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. The other one is pretty straightforward. 2 is even. 5 would be number end with 0 and 5, but bigger than 0. 10 is like ended with 0 but bigger than 0. And 3 would be sum of all digits is divisible by 3. 4 is the last 2 digits is a number divisible by 4. 6 has to fit in the rule of 2 and 3, meaning even and add up the digits is divisible by 3. 8 would be the last 3 digits from a number that is divisible by 8. 9 would be add up all the digits is divisible by 9. So you will have to review this a little bit. So know what's the definition of prime and composite number, be able to give me some example. For sure you will have the GCF and LCM stuff, so make sure you know how to list all the factors, use prime factorizations, list all the multiple, prime factorization, number line, and use the Venn diagram to solve this. So they're all important. You will see that on the test. So you need to be able to know the sequences, come up with a few terms and what kind of sequences and what the rule are. So I added here, you need to know the term like natural number, whole number, integer, like from those the list, and it may be a matching question there. I may have question ask you to draw some pictures on the back. Make sure you know how to find those sets operation answer. You can omit this part because we didn't do the 3 pieces Venn diagram, but you do need to know how to shape them. But like number 19, make sure you know how to do A, okay? The B part you can omit. And then how to write them in words, we did some of those. You can omit number 22 because that's from exam 1, we already did it. Number 23, you will have one work problem from Venn diagram. We did some example in class. Make sure you study them. And this is the one that a lot of people miss points to. So try to finish all the homework. I think I only gave you 3 homework total for exam 3. Make sure you turn it in by Sunday, and we will go over it next Monday for your test on next Wednesday. Exam 3 will be on the 23rd. So let me know if you have questions. You can send in your question and we can try to go over it, okay? All right.